Hi everyone, so my name is Dakota Chasson, and for my project I had the Earned Income Tax Credit. So what is the Earned Income Tax Credit? The income tax credit is issued by the United States. It is a refundable credit for low income to middle class families. The amount of money that you get back is determined by your income and family size, or also known as the number of children within your household. The income tax credit was established in 1975. It was established to help low income and middle class families to strengthen their work incentives, and it is also known as EITC or EIC for short. Not only can you receive the Earned Income Tax Credit for kids, but both Maryland and California expanded it to seniors over the age of 64 without a qualifying child to get the tax credit. Reasons for the Earned Income Tax Credit. The reasons for the Earned Income Tax Credit are the first reasons for the Earned Income Tax Credit is to reduce the tax burden on low income workers. The second is to provide a work incentive, encouraging people to work more to get that extra money. And lastly, the final reason is to supplement the wages. Now, the last one really does go hand in hand with the code of ethics when it comes to social justice, just for the simple fact that they're providing an income supplement to smallen the gap within those wages from low class to middle class to the high class. It just really gives them more money to smallen. So, who qualifies for the Earned Income Tax Credit? So, single or married people who worked part time jobs or full time jobs are eligible for the tax credit, depending on their income level. So, you can't pass that threshold or you won't qualify for it. Families who have three or more children usually also qualify for a temporary increase. So, if you were to get $3,000 for a kid. If you have three of them, you might get a little bit more money than you normally would if you had one or two kids. It is offered to people without disabilities and with disabilities as well over the age of 18. So basically, with that being said, is that everyone knows that if you're in high school or you're in school, your parents can claim you for the Earned Income Tax Credit. But also, if you are over the age of 18 and you have a disability, your parents can still claim you. So for me, my brother is actually in a wheelchair and he is 23, and he actually receives the Earned Income Tax Credit through his mom because of his disability. Or if he wants to claim himself, he also gets the money that way. And then to qualify, workers must file a tax return with the IRS. So there's really no way to get the income tax credit unless you file with the IRS. You have to. What does not affect the Earned Income Tax Credit? So, Social Security will not affect the Earned Income Tax Credit, along with food stamps, low income housing. The Earned Income Tax Credit is, since it's mainly made for low income and middle class families, you cannot make over the threshold amount. So, even if you were to make $1 over the threshold amount, you wouldn't qualify for it. But that's also based off of one kids, two kids if you're single, if you're married. So the more people in your family, the higher that threshold amount will go. So it's not the same if you were to be single and have one kid compared to if you were married and had, four or five kids. One thing I didn't know before I did this, which I thought was pretty interesting, is that you actually have to be 19 or older. Since there are a lot of teens and young parents, I thought this was interesting because they wouldn't be able to qualify. You have to be 19 or over. So if you're 16 and you have a kid, you wouldn't be able to qualify. Your parent would actually have to do that for you, so they would claim you on their taxes. And then you must also have a social security card or a number to be able to claim your child. This is simply to verify your child and find them within the database, because clearly if they didn't do that, anybody could say, that they're claiming 3 kids. So you have to have that proof that, you really do have the kids. You have to have their social security numbers so they actually can find them within the database. So what is needed to file the Earned Income Tax Credit? So to file, the child must have lived with you for 6 or more months for that tax season. So, for example, if your parents had gotten divorced and they were with the mom for 7 months out of the year and with the dad for 5 months out of the year, the mom actually would be able to claim them just because she had them for 7 months. The dad wouldn't be able to because he didn't have them for 6 months. Now, if it came down to a deal where mom had them for 6 months and dad had them for 6 months, it really does come down to who had them for more days of the 6 months, if that makes sense. How many Americans does this credit affect? So, over 25 million Americans do qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit, and these are all from 2019, so I'm not sure about 2020, and then clearly we don't know about 2021 yet, but the information I did get for this slide was based on 2019, so the numbers definitely could have fluctuated and went up or down, so it really just depends on the year. But in 2019, they actually sent out almost $63 billion worth of the Earned Income Tax Credit. The average amount for that time period was $2,476, and workers are required to file their tax credit in order to receive it. So it's estimated that 20% of Americans who are eligible actually